Hear ye, here comes the judge. It's the yogi judge, Judge Dawson. Yes, I am a real judge. I am a real yogi. And I am really committed to bringing you information and tools that you can use, which is the precise reason why I do this podcast. I'm not doing it for fame or fortune. I just want to leave behind a library of information that will help people navigate this legal system so that it does not crush you. And see, that's the interesting thing about this legal system. A lot of people think that, I will never run into a problem with the legal system. I don't need to listen to the judge's podcast. I don't need to buy the book that the judge wrote called The Legal Matrix or The Cycle Breaker. See, people often tell themselves that, and it's not until you are right smack in the middle of a legal issue that you realize, you know what? Maybe I should have gotten a little bit of advice before this has happened. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what this podcast is about. It's called Here Comes the Judge because I give you information and tools that I have learned over these many years of being a defense attorney and then being a judge. My goal is to make sure that you avoid legal interaction that becomes negative, right? Because we're all going to have some type of contact with the legal system. Maybe it's a traffic ticket. Maybe it's being called for jury duty. Who knows? But one thing you do control is your ability to navigate the system so that it doesn't just totally destroy you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what the podcast is about. Remember, if you want to connect with me, I have a website, www.judgedawson.com, where I have a lot of information about my programs. I have a YouTube station where I put up information, videos every single Monday. It's part of my program that I do for my court, but most importantly, it's really about leadership development. That's my whole goal with the podcast, with the videos, and with the email list that I send out once a week. So, as you know, if you've been listening to this podcast or if you're new to the podcast, I do not hold you long. You have a lot of things to do. This may just be a short drive in which you're listening to the podcast and you may be rolling up on the grocery store right now or dropping the kids off. So I want to make sure that I value your time, respect your time, and give you this information and end the podcast. So what I want to talk about today is 6 ways to make sure that you don't lose your shit. See, almost said it, but I didn't. 6 ways to make sure you don't lose your cool during this intricate time that we are experiencing. I mean, it is unprecedented what we are going through as a community, as people. We are hurting. We are all over the place, but there's a way to get through it. There's a way to get through it so that we don't destroy ourselves and destroy our futures. So 6 ways to make sure you don't lose your cool. From the yogi judge, Judge Dawson. All right, number 1, take a deep breath. If you've been listening to my podcast, you already know that I teach yoga. I have a yoga school, a yoga studio in Cleveland, Ohio. And breath is so important to what I do. Breath is life. You understand that? That is the one thing that is with you from the beginning to the end. I mean, we have several things like a heartbeat, right? The needs that we have, but breath, that's the one thing that's with you from beginning to end that you have a little bit of control over. You can control how you breathe and you can manipulate your breath in a way that serves you and doesn't harm you. So we can go into detail later on about breath work, and I've done workshops, and I'm gonna probably put one up on my YouTube station very soon. But for today's purpose, I just want to remind you that by taking a deep breath in and exhaling, that is a very quick and surefire way to calm yourself down. All right, number 2, in addition to taking that deep breath in, I want you to ground yourself down. Now, a lot of people don't know what grounding down means. That, again, is a yoga term. You hear it in yoga classes all the time. But basically what it means is that you want to feel connected to earth and to the ground. You want to actually feel your feet connected to the ground so that you know that you are present, you are alive, and you matter. So when we talk about grounding down, I'm speaking from the perspective of you are important, you exist. You're not just floating around being blown from here to there based on what people say about you, based on what people do. Instead, you are grounded down. You have purpose, and you can bring your purpose to fruition, and you do not have to lose control. So step number 2 is ground yourself down. Number 3 is to move your body. How many of you sit at home all day long watching TV, or you're at work all day on your computer, or you're scrolling social media and you don't get a chance to move your body in a positive way? So when you are about to lose control and lose your cool, you need to move your body more than any other time. So I suggest get up, go for a walk. Maybe you are at work, maybe you are at school, and your walk will be from your desk to the bathroom. But that will be a valuable walk if it keeps you from losing control, right? If you have the ability to get outside into nature, oh, that is even better. Because now you can feel the wind blowing, you can feel the sun on your face, maybe just the light coming off, the sun, the moon, the stars, and all that stuff just shining. All those things have the ability to bring you out of your funk. Now, not necessarily one at a time or individually, because sometimes we are so pissed off, we're so mad about what has occurred that it's going to take a lot more than just the sunshine to get you out of your funk. But you combine that with your breath, being grounded down, and now you're taking a walk, you're moving your body, you're doing some jumping jacks or jumping rope. Wow, now you have the ability to really control your emotions. Number 4. Ways to calm yourself down so that you don't lose your cool. Number 4 is to smile. Maybe you can hear it on my face right now. I'm smiling right now, and I'm telling you, that really changes your outlook on things. It changes how you feel about the people, places, and things that you are involved in. So smiling is so important. Don't take it for granted. Not only do you receive good energy when you smile, but you're giving good energy also. So smile, because you can change the world with your smile. And then number 5 is to debate your thoughts. That is so important. Ask yourself, what if the thing that is upsetting me was not intended to upset me? Like, what if what she said wasn't meant to piss you off? What if what he did was not to destroy you, but it had some other purpose that had nothing to do with you? For instance, when people are dealing with road rage, 9 times out of 10, whatever that person is going through is not personal to you. You don't even know the person. But the two of you get so upset in that car that you're ready to fight. That's an example of asking yourself, what if? And allow that to calm you down, because most times it's not even about you. And then the last step, number 6, is to enlist some support from a positive source. That word positive is so important because we have so much coming at us. We have so many people wanting to give us input and their opinions on what we should do and how we should live our lives. It's endless, right? But you also have those people who are just flat out negative. Every time they call you, they want to talk about the issue that's bothering you. They want to rehash the story over and over again. They want to hear how bad the person is or how they played you and how you should be upset. That's not the person that you need to talk to when you're trying to remain cool. That's not the person you want to talk to when you're trying not to lose your cool so that you don't lose something that's important to you. Instead, call the friend who is positive and trying to uplift you. And if you don't have those friends, you need to get those friends. But let's say you don't have those friends right now. Maybe you turn to a book that's inspirational. Maybe you don't even read. So if you don't read, maybe you should listen to a song, or I got it. Listen to my podcast, Here Comes the Judge, because I am not here to give you anything negative. So maybe one of the podcasts that I've done can just inject you with a little positivity, which in turn will help you calm down. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the point of this podcast, is to give you these 6 steps on how not to lose your cool during this time or any time. Because when you lose your cool, you may lose something that's important to you. That could be a relationship. It could be your job. It could be your freedom, or maybe even an opportunity. So don't lose your cool. Instead, use these tools to calm down when things are closing in around you so that you can continue to be cycle breakers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for giving me your time. Again, I don't hold you long. I just want to give you information that you can use. If it doesn't apply to you, pass it on to somebody else that you care about. We need positivity in this world. We need people to listen to podcasts that are aimed at giving you information that you can use. So please do that so that we can make this world a better place. And until then, continue to be that cycle breaker. I'm the Yogi Judge. Until I see you again, namaste.